What's up guys and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're focusing on SANZAAR hoping for the Championship to take place in October of 2020. There's been so much talk and rumour of where it's going to take place. They are thinking that obviously either Australia or New Zealand, depending on how COVID-19 progresses as we move along to those dates, but is the likeliest destinations to host this championship. Obviously, South Africa and Argentina are still under major lockdown ruling due to COVID-19. South Africa, our rates and infections are continuing to rise. So unfortunately, we won't be hosting tournaments for quite some time, probably late next year, if we are lucky. Hence why the British and Irish Lions tour could even be postponed. But we'll never know until we get closer to the time, as this pandemic has taken quite a lot from us. And again, thoughts and condolences and prayers with everyone who's been affected by this virus, whether it's family loss or friends loss or even just your businesses and all that. Strongs to you all. Keep fighting, keep believing, and hopefully one day we will get past this. Now, rugby has been a factor for a few weeks now because obviously it's kicked off in New Zealand with the results reducing over there. And we're seeing some fantastic rugby over in New Zealand with Super Rugby. This past weekend it kicked off in Australia, and we saw some classic games there as well. South Africa and Argentina are longing to play some rugby, but we have to wait until obviously we are given the green light to play in our countries yet. But there's talks of making plans and how to get these guys abroad. Obviously, when lockdown starts to reduce a bit more and more, a team can definitely, I think, fly out once the borders are open and then can join either Australia or New Zealand, wherever this tournament's hosted, and take place. But mainly, first and foremost, is player welfare, their health. Are they fit enough? Are they capable? And is it safe to condone this? I really hope for the sake of the sport we can see the Rugby Championship play. I mean, we're seeing some cracking stuff coming from New Zealand, and I really feel that there is a possibility for it. But obviously, there's massive risks in place as well. Will New Zealand open the borders to allow foreigners to fly in? Will Australia allow a tournament and all that? There's a lot of rules and regulations, but Marinos is very confident that they can get something going and create a tournament either in Australia or New Zealand. Obviously, the Bledisloe is going to kick this tournament off with a bang, because we all know that rivalry is strong and positive, and then we'll progress into the Rugby Championship, where all four nations are hoped to be taking place. South Africa are defending champions in the Rugby Championship, and it's going to be an interesting tournament. And the question is behind it, will they be fit enough, or will they be undercooked going into this Rugby Championship? Because obviously New Zealand's five nations are continuing to look good. We look at Australia kicking off. They've all played rugby. They've all shown progression and have shown what they can do. It almost looks like they haven't really missed much, especially in the New Zealand league in that first week. And I mean, even Australia, it was some good stuff going about it. So for South Africa, it's going to take a while. In August, if we're lucky, we might see our boys start our own provincial tournament, which could even clash with the Rugby Championship. So there's still a lot of logistics and planning to go ahead to be able to finalize and make decisions as for this. But the positive things are always that SANZAAR are looking at keeping this championship going, and they don't want to just forget about it and move forward. They want to go and try and create a schedule that's going to work for all four nations. The schedule must work with the potential four-match Bledisloe Cup series, which is thought to include the opening test in Wellington on October 10, probably falling outside the Rugby Championship. He's again squashed rumours of reports that Super Rugby will be overhauled from 2021, including shedding of teams from South Africa and Argentina. So they still stand a chance, because we've all thought Argentina with the Jaguars, if they're going to get anywhere. But unfortunately, I just don't see much hope for this team, is just for the fact that all their players are going to start signing to go overseas. So that is my one concern for Argentina. As for South Africa, I hope we still got a part of it there, because I think it's just a good competition to be a part of. And and I quote, Mariano says, I have actually been quite bemused by all of this drama and talk. It is more just coming out of certain sectors within New Zealand around not wanting to play South Africa and wanting to do their own thing. When I spoke to Two Cents as well, it's there's talk of a lot of negative media going over there. Hopefully it will change this tune, because South Africa fans want to be a part of New Zealand, want to be part of Super Rugby. Obviously, we want to be part of Pro 14 as well and get a good, stronger team up there. But we don't want to lose our friendship and relationship with the Four Nations, because it's just going to be sad to see it go. Um, and he ends off saying, it seems to be a chorus in this part of the world of Australasia. So he's obviously squashing rumors going past. But again, it's all talk. We're not sure, and we won't know until the final results come up, if South Africa go or if they stay. I do not see us leaving. The worst thing is they split us and we lose a few teams, but yet Super Rugby continues. Pro 14 becomes Pro 16, like the rumors have it. And so it will go on, but we'll wait and see until that happens. So, SANZAAR to start. What are your thoughts? Should it start? That's a question I leave you guys with to end this video. Should SANZAAR continue with Rugby Championship in 2020, or should it be pushed over to 2021? Let me know your thoughts. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you real soon for another one. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.